Adding Stoic habits to your daily routine can make a big difference in how you grow and feel. When you follow Stoic ideas, you'll start seeing things in a more balanced way, become tougher, and feel calmer. Stoicism teaches you to pay more attention to how you think and act rather than what's happening around you. This helps you deal with life's ups and downs smarter and with a steady mind. Plus, it can boost your performance at work too. Before we explore the 7 habits, remember that Stoicism is a lifestyle. Don't miss our Stoic content by subscribing to our channel. Number 7. Focus on what you can control. As Marcus Aurelius said, the happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Take control of what you think about. Understanding what you can control and what's beyond your control isn't about magic or superpowers. It's about freeing yourself from unnecessary stress and worry. Think about it. In life, lots of things happen that we can't control. What others do, how certain events turn out, and unexpected surprises. These are all things we can't boss around. So trying to control them is like trying to stop the rain from falling. It's frustrating and doesn't work. Stoicism teaches us to let go of these things we can't control and put our energy into the stuff we can, our thoughts, our attitudes, and our actions. That's where our power lies. So, here's how to make this idea part of your everyday life. First, pay attention to what's in your control and what's not. When life throws a curveball, take a moment to ask yourself, can I do anything about this? Once you figure out what's in your control, go all in. Epictetus stated that when you control your thoughts, you control your destiny. Focus on your thoughts. Try to stay positive and take action that lines up with your values. Remember, you can't control the world, but you can control how you react to it. The more you practice this, the less stressed you'll feel when things go sideways. You'll become more resilient, and life will feel less like a wild roller coaster and more like a path you're confidently walking on. Number 6. Negative visualization. There's this interesting idea from Stoicism, a philosophy that's been around for a long time. It's all about a practice called negative visualization. Now, it's actually quite simple and can make your life better. So, negative visualization is basically thinking about what life would be like if you lost the things you really care about. It might sound a bit strange, but there's a good reason for it. When we imagine losing the people we love, our favorite stuff, or even our good reputation, it makes us appreciate them more. It reminds us that everything in life is temporary and helps us be thankful for what we have right now. As Marcus Aurelius once said, when you arise in the morning, think of what a privilege it is to be alive, to think, to enjoy, to love. Here's how you can give it a try. Every day, take a few minutes to think about the things that mean a lot to you, like your friends and family, your phone, your health, or anything else you really cherish. Then, imagine what it would be like if you didn't have them anymore. It might feel a bit weird or even sad at first, but that's okay. The point of all this is to help you see that life can be uncertain, and it's easy to get caught up in wanting more and more. Negative visualization reminds you to be happy with what you've got. Instead of always wanting the next big thing, you start to appreciate what's already in your life. Now, this practice doesn't just make you grateful, it also makes you tougher. When you've thought about losing important stuff, you become mentally ready to handle tough times when they come. You're less likely to panic or get really upset because you've already kind of prepared yourself for the idea that bad things can happen. To make negative visualization a part of your daily routine, you can do it in the morning or before bed. Find a quiet moment and let yourself think about what it would be like to lose something you really value. Over time, it'll become a natural part of how you see the world. You'll find yourself feeling more thankful and better equipped to handle whatever life throws your way. Number 5. Practice gratitude. Gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. Marcus Tullius, Cicero. Gratitude is like a secret sauce in the world of Stoicism. It's a simple but powerful practice that helps us feel happier and more at peace. So what's it all about? Well, it's about taking a moment each day to think about the good stuff in your life. Like being thankful for a cozy home, a tasty meal, or the love of family and friends. It's like shifting your focus from what you wish you had to what you already do have. Keeping a gratitude journal is a cool idea. Just jot down a few things you're thankful for every day. It's like creating a happy scrapbook of your life. When tough times come knocking, flip through your journal and you'll find comfort and perspective. As Seneca once said, "The law of the pleasure in having done anything for another is that the one almost immediately forgets having given, and the other remembers eternally having received." So, don't forget to tell people you appreciate them too. Sending a sweet note, having a heart-to-heart chat, or doing something nice for someone all spread good vibes. It's like a gratitude ripple effect. Even when life gets tough, Stoicism teaches us there's a silver lining. Hard times can teach us valuable lessons and make us stronger. So be thankful for the tough stuff too. Lastly, practice being present in the moment. Notice the beauty in everyday things, like the colors of nature or the taste of your favorite food. It's like unlocking the hidden joys of life. Remember, this gratitude stuff isn't a one-time thing, it's a habit, like brushing your teeth. Keep at it, and it'll transform how you see the world. You'll find happiness in the little things, become more resilient, and live a more stoic and fulfilling life. Gratitude is your superpower. Number 4, self-discipline. We must all suffer one of two things, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret and disappointment. Jim Rohn. Stoicism is all about something called self-discipline. It's like having control over your thoughts, feelings, and what you do so they match up with what you believe is right. When you're good at self-discipline, it's like you're building inner strength, toughness, and more control over your own life. Self-discipline means making choices that fit with your long-term goals and values. Even when it's hard or tempting to do something easier or different, it's about doing what makes sense and is good instead of doing something just because it feels good right now. To get good at this self-discipline stuff, you have to first figure out what really matters to you. Take a moment to think about what you want in your life, like in your job, your personal life, and your relationships. Once you've got a clear picture, break down your big dreams into smaller steps. Make them specific, doable, and give them deadlines so you can see your progress. To get even better at self-discipline, make a daily plan. Having a routine helps you do things regularly and not just when you feel like it. Make a plan that matches your values and goals. Wait for good stuff and train yourself to wait for things that will help you in the long run, even if it's hard to say no to quick, fun stuff. Set limits and pick what's most important. Say no to things that don't fit with your values or goals. Do what's most important first. Pay attention to yourself and notice your thoughts and feelings. And when you want to do something that doesn't fit with your goals, then choose to do the right thing. Remember, you don't have to be perfect at self-discipline. It's about getting better over time. If you make mistakes, learn from them and keep going. With practice, self-discipline can help you live a more thoughtful and satisfying life. Number 3, prioritize stillness in your life. Nothing, to my way of thinking, is a better proof of a well-ordered mind than a man's ability to stop just where he is and pass some time in his own company. Seneca. In the 21st century, life feels like it's speeding up more and more every day. We're always in a hurry right from the moment we wake up. We rush to get things done, and when we have a free moment, we fill it with social media and quick entertainment. We can't stand being bored, so we avoid anything that makes us stop and think or spend time alone. Viktor Frankl once said something important. Between something happening and how we react to it, there's a little gap. In that gap, we have the power to choose how we respond. Our growth and freedom come from that choice. But we can't grow or find freedom if we're constantly anxious about being alone with our thoughts. Instead of trying to distract ourselves all the time, we should make friends with our thoughts. If you've got 5 minutes to spare, go for a walk and try to feel the peace that comes from being okay with yourself and your situation, no matter what it is. You don't always have to fill every moment with something external. Sometimes the best moments happen when you're just with yourself, embracing who you are. Number 2, explore the grace in everyday life. As Marcus Aurelius once said in his book Meditations, observe the movements of the stars as if you were running their courses with them, and let your mind constantly dwell on the changes of the elements into each other. Such imaginings wash away the filth of life on the ground. Stoicism is all about teaching us how to live and interact with others in the world. but it can't answer the big questions like why we exist or why the universe exists. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher, didn't get stressed out about these big mysteries. In fact, he found comfort in them. Stoicism doesn't focus on these cosmic questions. Instead, it encourages us to appreciate what's right in front of us. Marcus often talked about this in his book Meditations. He noticed and valued the little things we often overlook, like a crack in a loaf of bread or the beauty of ripe figs and falling olives. What's beautiful about Marcus's observations is their simplicity. He was an emperor, but he didn't obsess over luxury or things most people can't have. Instead, he consistently appreciated the vastness of the universe and everything it contains. He believed that these simple things were beautiful because they played a unique role in the grand scheme of the universe that connects us all. So, when you're feeling anxious or stressed, take a moment, even just 2 minutes. Look at the sky and think about how many others are doing the same. Find solace in the simple things, like a walk in the park or the smell of home-cooked food, knowing that these experiences connect us all. Number 1. Reflect often. The unexamined life is not worth living. Socrates. Out of all the lessons we've talked about for finding inner peace, this one is super important. Basically, if we don't take time to think about our lives, we might end up doing things we regret or falling into bad habits. The ancient Stoics, like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca, had a cool way of doing this. They wrote in journals. Marcus did it in the morning to get ready for the day, and Seneca did it at night to help him sleep better. According to Donald Robertson, psychotherapist and author of How to Think Like a Roman Emperor, says journaling is great because it helps us look at our thoughts in a more objective way. It's like looking at our problems and worries and saying, well, hey, they're not as big as they seem. This can help us feel calmer. So, when we journal and pay attention to what's happening in our lives, we're actually using our most awesome power as humans, our ability to think and reason. By doing this regularly, we become more aware of what we can and can't control in our lives, and that leads to more peace and less stress. The Stoics have a lot to teach us about finding inner peace. To learn all their wisdom, just keep studying their philosophy. But for now, take these lessons to heart as a starting point for your journey to inner peace. It's truly worth it. If you enjoyed this, do subscribe to our channel for more insights like these.